and it's not as quite stressful because you're warmer. You don't feel as out of your element.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense that. Like, why would they do that with Harry?
If it happened that someone got injured, it was like, okay, well, you got injured. We trained for it as best we could, but you got injured. Oh well, you signed up for this, and you understood that there might be a problem, and we trained in 9 feet of water or 10 feet of water where we sure you weren't going to get injured. We trained the best we could for these situations.
What I don't get is why they did the test in Catalina. Why couldn't they just do it maybe another place, like somewhere, those pools that are like super, super deep?
Well, you know what? Well, why do it in a deep pool? I don't understand. Why do it in a deep pool?
Well,
why knock off the regulator in a situation when if someone freaks out,
yeah,
and they all of a sudden ascend to the top, which is obviously totally dangerous. But if you freak out, you might do something like that. You head for what you remember is safe, right? Oh, I'm way under the water. I'm scared. I want to get to the surface. It's just instinct, right?
Yeah.
You want to do that. Even if you shouldn't, right? A lot of people do that. They do things they shouldn't because instinct kicks in when they're nervous, when they're freaking out.
Maybe maybe they shouldn't even did the Catalina trip. Like,
well, it's fine if they do it, but Mommy was saying they should just limit it to 14 and up. Kids 14 and up to do the scuba certification.
Yeah, maybe
because
people with more training. Maybe they need to do even more training, but not like in deep water like Catalina, freezing in April.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, maybe there's something about the certification itself in order for it to be a real certification. Maybe it's something he has to do is take you down to 30 feet of water. Maybe it's out of his hands.
Yeah.
But then in that case, I would say, okay. Oh, there goes Abe. I totally missed her.
Oh.
Great.
Well, so Harry, I know that.
Looks like she's in about 3rd place.
Okay, so here's what I'm seeing.
Film everything.
Here's what I'm seeing. So what Mom said is that it says, Adam, I can't talk to you, so I have to text you info. Harry regular our tube. Oh, his tube came out of his mouth, and he was 30 feet underwater. He breathed in a bunch of water, shot up to the top of the ocean. Kurt had to rescue him. Once he was up on land, he started coughing up blood.
Hear you.
Oh.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
The guy's over the loudspeaker right now.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, you can go ahead now.
Okay, so what she said, I can't talk to you, so I will just text you info.
Right.
Harry's regular art, I think his tube came out of his mouth, and he was 30 feet underwater, right?
Yeah.
He breathed. Here's the thing. He didn't just shoot up to the top.
First he breathed in some water.
Yeah, first he breathed in some water, so it made the situation even worse. So, let's just say he just took off his goggles.
He breathed in some salt water. Remember that too, it's salt water. And it's freezing cold.
Yeah,
okay.
the current sea temperature in Avalon is here you go. It says that right now it is 60-degree temperature of a water.
That doesn't sound too bad. honestly. But it's probably colder sitting 30 feet down, right?
Yeah, it's probably like.
I mean, I don't know when I don't know where they're measuring it because the surface water's going to be.
Oh, the they're talking about the surface water. They're talking about.
So it could be like, I don't know, it could be a 10-degree difference down 30 feet.
Yeah, so here's what it
says. I mean, they have wetsuits on, but you and I had wetsuits on. It wasn't necessarily that pleasant.
Oh, yeah, and it still wasn't that pleasant.
And we didn't go 30 feet down. We went like, what, 5 feet down?
It's probably like, maybe.
Or we mostly on the surface because we're snorkeling, you know?
It was probably about 15 degrees colder than what it was at the top of the Avalon surface sea temperature. So it was probably like 45 degrees, maybe.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
First call for the relay that she's going to be in. So.
Oh.
We won't be here that much longer.
Yeah, for some reason. So, Harry's right now in the hospital, right?
That's what I'm told, yeah, that he's in the hospital.
I'm guessing he's at the Avalon Hospital? If there is one?
I think so. There must be some sort of hospital on the island, right, for the residents.
Yeah, I mean...
It's got to be.
Probably.
So,
I mean...
It's a big enough population where there'd be... Anyway, I mean, I don't know. It's just bad.
Yeah, it is really bad.
I mean, it definitely really. You know, I was kind of relieved when I was told that you weren't going to be going for the certification.
Yeah, because
this sort of thing. That way, because I was sure Mommy would be okay, but I wasn't sure whether, you know, with this Catalina trip, how you fare on it.
I never thought I was gonna be okay. I just wanted to do snorkeling.
Okay, everyone's screaming and yelling right now.
I know. Yeah, it's just that like yeah, that's just.
You were saying that you were never freaking out?
No. I was always like I never really wanted to do the scuba diving. I wanted to do more of the snorkeling because I knew that.
Hold on a second. Okay.
So I was continuing about what? I was Wait, what was I saying?
You said you never really wanted to do the scuba?
Oh yeah, I never really wanted to do the scuba because I thought when I went to I wanted to do the scuba at first, but then I realized when I was gonna go to Catalina, I knew I was gonna freak out, and so.
You realized that you were gonna freak out?
Yeah.
Underwater?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna like. And just shoot up because that's just my gut instinct. That's what I always do during pools.
I'm glad you understood that. I mean, you know, you're only 12 years old. I mean, I didn't scuba dive when I was 12. I never tried it until I was an adult. You know.
I mean, I didn't even think there was scuba diving when you were.
Huh?
Was there even scuba diving when you were alive?
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course.
Oh,
okay. It's been around for a long time. Okay, hold on. Tell you what, Adam, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Okay, guys. So, if you heard that, we were talking about that a kid, and he was my friend, was here. I'll show you on a map, actually, because this is just crazy. I just found out about this. About 20 minutes ago, no, 30 minutes ago, that, one of my good friends, Harry, and, he was actually helping me with my mining industry, almost died, and I'll show you on Google Maps where he actually was. So, at that time that he was snorkeling, he was on an island called Catalina Island off the coast of California. Many people know what it is. So he was on the city called Avalon. So I'll show you some pictures of what it looks like. But basically, he was snorkeling down 30 feet underwater. Actually, I was standing here last year, or no, year and almost about a year. And so I was like standing right here. Because I know this place all over here. I was actually standing here. I was standing right here. We were gonna get some tickets to something. I know that. We went snorkeling. But where he exactly was, so he basically, I believe, he was not on the Avalon Bay. He was not on the Avalon Bay because that is too shallow of an area. What's White Rock? Actually, I want to know what that is. White Rock. White Rock. Rock. What is that? I'm not sure. But basically, he was swimming somewhere over, you could see where it is, the depth, so you could see how it gets more jagged here. So he was probably swimming somewhere over in this area. Actually, to be exact, he was probably he was over here. Yeah, he was probably somewhere over here, right? And so he was swimming, probably right here. 33 north, 118, negative 118. And so he was scuba diving 30 feet down, okay? Water temperature, at the surface was 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty warm. I mean, not warm, I meant, it's okay, right? You could survive, it's fine. But when you're so far down, it's really, really cold. And so what happened is that he was swimming somewhere over here, and if you didn't hear the call, he actually shot up to he breathed in some water. So he was fine on all the other tests, or he's probably fine. We're assuming that it was fine. There's there's a couple of pictures here. You could see what the water's like. So, like this, for example, probably somewhere around here. He was somewhere around where this boat was, probably. And so, this is what. Here's another picture of it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just full out ocean here. A boat probably took them out to here, dropped him in, and so he was 30 feet down. He was doing okay, right? And so when he was down there, he breathed in some water after he took out his regulator, okay? And so when he took out his regulator, he breathed in some water, and he was panicked. He was super scared. He didn't know what to do, so he just shot up in the surface, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is really scary." He shot up to the surface, not knowing what to do. So he shot up to the surface, and eventually he was cleaning up, throwing up blood. Now, here's the question, and I'm gonna put this on here so it's completely live. Shooting up. Can you die from shooting up during scuba diving? Yeah. So here you go. So what happens basically, he probably had something with his lung. Something happened with his lung. Definitely. Yeah, for sure something happened with his lung. or else he wouldn't be coughing up blood. The only other reason he would be coughing up blood reasons for coughing up blood. So basically, it could be cancer and stuff like that. But he didn't have any stuff. Yeah, that's basically what happened. So he's, unfortunately, he might actually die. And here's the thing. I mean, he might not die, but he will definitely be affected forever. No doubt about that. So we want to make, just in case he does, a little kind of, not a memorial, but when we get, I go to Catalina sometimes. I've only been once, but I'm going probably sometime again. When we go back to Catalina, I would want to really make like a memorial for him, like a if he dies, a grave. But if he doesn't die, well then I'm just trying to find where this thing is. Where my country was. I think this is. No, we weren't that far in. We're probably somewhere over here. Anyway, yeah, this is the place. Okay, I remember this place. So basically, I'm here. I'm thinking to make a memorial when I go back to. So on this island, I have some territories. I would really like to make a memorial. If he dies, of course, we'll definitely put, him, a grave, but obviously he's not going to be buried here, but I'm definitely going to put a memorial if he does die. But just to remember what happened, and hopefully that he gets better, I might put a memorial. Like, I don't even know what to say. I just found this out, and I'm, like, completely shocked. I went where he scuba dived. I basically went where he scuba dived. And now, where he was scuba diving, he almost died. And so right now he's at the hospital. Actually, one of the people from Astain told me. He said the person who almost died from the scuba diving was Harry, and he was 30 feet underwater. Okay, this is what he said. Adam, I can't talk to you, so I'll just text you info. Harry's regulator tube came out of his mouth, right? And he was 30 feet underwater. He breathed in a bunch of water and shot to the top of the ocean. Kurt had to rescue him, which, if you don't know what Kurt is, you don't. You don't. That's a fact. You don't know what it is. This is the place. Yeah. Okay. So Kurt's just the person who taught us to scuba dive. Kurt had to rescue him. Once he was up at land, he started coughing up blood. Kurt called the ambulance for Harry and the paramedics and police. An ambulance now came and is in the hospital with a lung problem. We could probably actually find this on the news Avalon. We could probably find this out. It's probably going to be on here. Somebody's outside. Just 1 second. I don't know. Oh, anyway, yeah, I don't know what happened is because, so here's the Avalon news. Oh no, this is news. So, yeah, can't find anything about it. But yeah, definitely. No, not Buffalo. So basically what happened is that just 1 second.